Part 1. Dopamine and the role it plays. You've probably heard about dopamine before and have at least a vague idea of what it is. In this section, we'll briefly define dopamine and describe the role it plays. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter which makes us anticipate rewards such as having sexual relationships or eating nourishing food. Dopamine gives us the desire to take action to earn the exciting reward that's waiting for us. Contrary to what many people believe, dopamine is not a pleasure chemical. Simply because an event triggers the release of dopamine doesn't mean it is something we like or get pleasure from. When you pay close attention, you'll notice that as soon as you obtain the expected reward, you'll often feel empty and unfulfilled. The truth is that no amount of stimulation will ever bring you the sense of fulfillment you're seeking. Many of us are constantly overstimulated, looking for the next source that could trigger a release of dopamine. It seems as though we always want more and are never satisfied. The more we seek stimulation, the worse it becomes. What are you addicted to? What do you crave? What are your main sources of stimulation? Do these things really make you happy? As you consider these questions, you'll probably notice that you're addicted to highly stimulating activities. When you undertake these activities, you start losing self-control. You want more and more stimulation. Even though they may not give you any real pleasure or lasting fulfillment, you keep doing them. You need the next hit of dopamine, don't you? Under such a state of stimulation, any task that requires concentration becomes much harder to perform. You put off starting that new venture, or you'll postpone that key project you're in charge of. To sum up, from an evolutionary perspective, dopamine's role is to encourage you to act to earn the anticipated reward needed for your survival or reproduction. Conclusion. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that drives us to anticipate rewards, such as sexual relationships or food. It is not a pleasure chemical, and when we receive a reward, we often feel empty and unfulfilled. Overstimulating ourselves with highly stimulating activities can lead to addiction and procrastination, affecting our overall well-being. However, in modern times, this process has been hijacked, causing unintended consequences.